Welcome to Module 9, Deleting Items. Now this is a very important module, and you're going to have to know this inside and out, okay? As you see here, many of the adverse items on our credit report may in fact be true. So if you were to dispute the adverse items with a traditional dispute process, most of those accounts will be verified and will stay on your credit report, thus in turn keeping your FICO score down. That is not what you're going to do. Okay, you're going to use what's called Section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay, it does not care whether the negative account is valid or not. The letter disputes the CRA's right to report the adverse account. Okay, so it doesn't really matter if it's a valid account. On this one letter method, now I've also included, let me show you here. Okay, with this package, I've also included over 100 dispute letter systems, okay, for all types of scenarios. Okay, they're all attorney written. You'll see them all here, okay? But the way that I'm going to show you how to do this sample one is the way that you have to do them all, okay? So just be aware that you've got the advanced disputes, you've got the disputes here, okay? So you've got over 100 letters here. Okay, but let's go back to the sample and the one that works really good, okay? Okay, so this section 609 dispute system is really effective, okay? Because the credit bureaus can't verify the accounts, okay? They don't have the ability to, okay? All right, so with the disputes with the bureaus, here are the must-dos, okay? First, you should handwrite all the letters. I know it seems like a lot of work, but it's worth it. You have to be the customer who is really disputing an item, not using some sort of template, okay? Now, like I just showed you those letters, just handwrite them, okay? Now, all letters have to be notarized, okay? This is a must. Okay, it's a few bucks, get it notarized, okay? All letters have to be sent registered mail, and all letters have to include your identification form. Okay, I'll explain why later, but the identification form is in the forms. We've went over it many times in different modules. It's got your driver's license, a bill, and your paycheck stuff, okay? And only dispute 2 items at a time with each bureau, okay? So you can actually have 6 disputes going, but, you know, because there's 3 bureaus, but just do 2 for each bureau, okay? Now here I give you the dispute addresses, okay? These are current addresses. Don't use any other address, okay? And when you mail to Equifax and TransUnion, there's a form here. If you go to this link, fill that form out, okay? So let's just review this really quick because it's really important. Handwrite your letters, okay? I know it's a lot of work, but just do it. They have they scan for dispute letters people get online, okay? You have to handwrite them, okay? They have to be notarized. They have to be sent registered mail because we're trying to beat them on the timeline. Okay, so they have to be registered. Okay, I know it costs a little bit of money, but getting an item off is well worth it. Okay? Always include your identification form and only dispute 2 items with each bureau at a time. So remember in the previous module, I showed you how to set up your folders. Okay? And all of them must be sent to these addresses. Okay? By registered mail. Okay, so, and with Equifax and TransUnion, include this form. Okay, just print it off from the site and include it with your dispute. Okay. Now, here's Generation 1 letter. Okay, on this letter example, and this is a very effective one, the Fair Credit Reporting Section 609. This is an extremely effective one. There's also, like I said, 100 other dispute letter systems. Okay. That you have, but remember they have to be handwritten. Okay, so in this example, and I would start with this section 609, okay, because it works really well. Okay, so you've got letter number 1. You've got your identification form. I declare under penalty of perjury under the United States, this identification provided is me. Your name, signature, date. Okay, and now, like I said, send the letter with tracking, priority mail, registered mail. This is proof that the CRA's got your letter. Okay, and then file your paperwork. Okay, remember I showed you in the previous module to have a file for each bureau, and each item that you're going to dispute will be in that file. Okay, now if you're going the 609 route, here's what's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to get a letter back saying we received a suspicious request regarding your personal credit information that we have determined was not sent by you. We have not taken any action on this request, and any future requests made in this manner will not be processed. Okay, this is just a delay tactic, okay, by the Bureau, hoping you're just going to go away. Okay, don't go away. One thing you have to understand is persistence. Persistence. You've heard the old saying, the squeaky wheel gets the oil? Well, the squeaky wheel gets the item removed. Okay? It's a lot easier for them to remove an item, but they have to make it hard. They have to make you jump through hoops. The reason they're doing this is so that everybody just doesn't delete all their items. Okay? Don't let them scare you. Okay, yeah, here's a little thing here. Repeat after me. They can't scare me. I will persist and prevail. They can't scare me. I will persist and prevail. They're going to say a bunch of stuff. Don't listen. Okay? This is a war to get your credit back. Okay? You can beat them. You have the legal means to beat them. Okay? So, anyways, let's go on. This is generation 2 of the same dispute. Okay? Right here in this sample, I'm showing you section 609. Okay? It's asking them to provide the documents on the debt that they say that they're reporting for you. Okay? They don't have them. Okay? They don't have them. So you're asking them to provide them by federal law. They're supposed to provide you that information. Now, you said your identification form again. Remember, you're handwriting these letters. I know it's a lot, but just do it, okay? Getting items off your credit is going to skyrocket your credit. Okay, so you've got your ID form, okay? And then send it tracking, priority or registered mail. File your paperwork, okay? Now we go on to Generation 3 letter for the 609. Okay, now you're giving them the final warning, the third request, blah, blah, blah. Remember, handwrite it. You got your identification form. File it. Send it registered. Then we go on to Generation 4. Okay, this is the notice of pending litigation, blah, 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 blah. The account numbers, signed, notarized, and your identification form, and file all your paperwork. Okay? And we go to Generation 5. Okay? Notice of litigation, seek monetary damages, blah, 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 blah. Okay? You get it notarized, your identification form, and okay, now with this one, with the 6th letter, what you're going to do is you go down to your small claims office, or small claims court. Just look it up online. Get the form for a civil suit, okay? And then you're going to write in there all of this. You're not going to file it with the court, okay? But you're going to fill it out like you're going to sue them, okay? The bureaus hate this. Okay, because they didn't want to send somebody down to, Idaho or wherever, to fight this thing. Okay? So you show them that you're serious. You're going to file suit. Okay? You don't actually file it because it costs money, but just show them that you're going to fill it out like you're going to, and all the information is there to fill it out. Then you send this Generation 6 letter with it, okay, and your identification form. Okay, now if for some reason you can't get it removed through that 6-letter step method, here's where you file your complaint. Okay, now when you file multiple complaints, okay, file for any item that they wouldn't remove, and even one that, if it's just one item, file it every few days. Okay, the same thing works with the squeaky wheel on this. Okay, just keep filing it. Okay, and have all your paperwork intact. Okay, so that you're beating them on the deadline for them to provide the necessary information by federal law. Okay, and your item will get removed. It will get removed. I guarantee it. If you stick with the letter that I'm showing you, this is only one of the letters, but this is one technique. Okay, you've got your other 100 letters in the system, but always handwrite them, always send them registered, always file them and have them notarized. Okay, so there, and then file any complaint at this link here. And okay, now disputing with the original debtor. Okay, you can have them removed with the original debtor. I've included this sample form here. This is one letter to the original debtor. There's also 5 or 6 others on the in the letter section. Okay, in the 100 and some letters that I've included. But always remember the technique. Okay, so you've got the 609. Okay, start with 609 on all of your disputes. Okay, force them to comply with giving you the information. This works especially well with the ones that are actually yours. Okay, but like I said, there's also 100 other letters for whatever scenario it is. But always remember to go with the letter system. They have to be handwritten. They have to go registered. You have to include the identification form, and they have to be notarized. Okay? With that, you'll win. Okay? Because if it does come down to you filing the complaint, you have all the documentation. Okay? You file your complaint, you'll have all your documentation. Okay? And you file it here. And you can upload all your docs as well to this site. Okay? And that's it. Okay, so let's go over this. Okay? Start with this letter that I'm giving you right now, this section 609. Okay? This is for any ones that are actually yours. It works great with. Okay? But remember, there's also, I've included 100 other letters. Okay, for different scenarios. But start with this. Make sure all your letters are handwritten. Make sure you send them registered. Make sure you have them notarized. And make sure you send your identification form with it. Okay? And that's it. It's that easy. Start with the 609 for anything that is actually yours. Okay? But always remember those things that I said. Handwrite them. Send them registered. Get them notarized. File them. And include your identification form. Photocopy like 10 or 15 of these. But that's it. Just stick to it. Persist. File your complaints at that link that I showed you. And you'll get them removed. I guarantee it. Alright. Good luck.